So you're going to wrap the yarn around your 2 fingers. You're going to go under and over, and I hold it out here to make it a little easier. Come back out and turn. We're making a magic ring. So then you're going to come underneath this part in between your fingers and pull that through. So there's your loop. Here's your working yarn. Make sure you keep that tail of your magic ring on top. Okay? So now to get started, we're going to start off with 3 chains. So there's 1, 2, 3 chains. Okay? Now, we're going to start our first row with a double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, go into the magic ring, pull up a loop, and then we're going to finish our double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now that chain 3 is going to act as a double crochet for us. So technically we have our first set of 2 double crochets here. So now we're going to chain 2, and that will be our first corner. Now we're going to start our pattern repeat. We need 2 double crochets and 2 chains 5 times. So yarn over, go back into the magic ring. Make sure you're not going into the double crochet here. Into the magic ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So there's double crochet number 1. We're going to do that again. Back into the magic ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. There's our second double crochet. We're going to chain 2 to make our corner. So now we have 2 sets, but that's our first of our pattern repeat. So we're going to do that again. Go into the magic ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Do a second one, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So there's 2 double crochets, and we'll do another chain 2. So that's 2 sets. We've got 1 set here, 1 set there. So now we're going to do number 3. Double crochet, double crochet, chain 2. That's 3. Double crochet, double crochet, chain 2. It's 4. Double crochet, double crochet, chain 2. That's 5. So we've done that 5 times. Now we're going to tighten up our magic ring. We want that to be nice and tight so that center is completely closed. Get the tail out of the way. And now we're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. So I'm going to go into the top of the chain 3 from before, and we're just going to slip stitch, top of the chain 3 from before, and we're going to slip stitch into it. There we go. Now we got it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. There we go. All right, round 2. We are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets and 2 chains. So we're going to yarn over. We're going to do double crochet into the stitch below. Then we're going to double crochet into that chain 2 space. And then we're going to do a chain 2. This chain 2 is always going to make our new corner. Now, on round 2, we're not going to go directly into this next stitch. Every one of your chain 2 spaces needs double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. So you are going to end the pattern before and begin the next pattern all in that chain 2 space. So we're going to go back into that same chain 2 space for our first double crochet in the next section. So we did our chain 3, 2 double crochets and a chain 2. So this is actually the first double crochet in our pattern repeat. So we need 4 of them. So there's 1. Then we're going to go into the stitch below. 2. Then we're going to go into the stitch below again. 3. And now we're back in that chain 2 space. So our next chain 2 space, number 4, and then chain 2 makes the next corner. So there's our first pattern repeat. We need 5 of these. So now we're going to go back into that chain 2 space. There's 1. Stitch below, 2, stitch below is 3, and now we're back at another chain 2 space. So that's our second set. Now we're going to chain 2. And we're going to start set 3 back in the chain 2 space. Here's our first one. Stitch below. stitch below, 3, and back at the chain 2 space, 4. Chain 2 for your corner. Next repeat. 1, stitch below, oops, I dropped it, there we go, 1, 2, 3, and chain 2 spaces, 4. Make a chain 2 for your next corner, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these done. We're going to do this one more time. Back in the chain 2 space is 1. Stitch below, oops, 1, so that's number 2. We're going to go stitch below for 3, finish off in the chain 2 space, number 4. And our pattern always ends with a chain 2. So now we have what we started. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 repeats plus our start. To end the row from now on, you are always going to end with another double crochet. And we're going to add one to this pattern each time. So every time you add a row, you are going to add 1 double crochet to each double crochet part of the pattern. So let's finish off this row. We did our chain 2 for our 5th time. Now we're going to do a double crochet back into that chain 2 space, which should technically start the next pattern, except we don't have another pattern. So double crochet, and now we're going to slip stitch back into the top of that chain 3 space again. Okay, so now you should see your hexagon starting to form. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corners. Each side has 4 stitches. So you should have 4 stitches per side, 6 corners. The back of your work is going to have this tail. You can always, continue to try and tighten it as you go. If it loosens up, you can tighten it again. So there we go. There is our hexagon. Now, what I mean for every row, the way that this is going to work for each additional row, there's a pattern to how you increase it. So our first row, we just did double crochet, the 2 double crochet pattern, and then a slip stitch. Every time you add a row, you are going to add 1 to the first and the last stitch, and you're going to add 2 to your pattern stitch. So row 2, instead of a single double crochet, we did 2 double crochets. And then our pattern, instead of doing 2 and then chain 2, we did 4 and then chain 2. And then we ended by adding a double crochet at the end that we didn't have before. So we added 1 to the first and the last, and we added 2 to our pattern. So that means for row 3, we're going to chain 3, and then you're going to do 3 double crochets. 1 here, 1 here, 1 in the chain 2 space. Then you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to start your pattern. And for the pattern, you're adding 2 for each row. So we did 4 in row 2, so you'll do 6 in row 3. And you always start the pattern in the chain 2 space. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the stitches. Number 6 goes in your chain 2 space in your corner. Chain 2, and number 1 goes in that same corner. So 1, and then your stitches are 2, 3, 4, 5, and then your corner is 6, chain 2, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, corner is 6, chain 2, 1, all the way around. And you just keep doing that for every row. So row 4, you'll have 4 double crochets at the beginning, and then you'll have a pattern of 8, and then at the end you'll have 3. And that's all there is to it. You can continue this to make it as large as you want. You would just follow that same pattern for every row. Every row, you add 1 double crochet to the beginning and 1 to the end, and you add 2 double crochets to your pattern repeat every time. That's all there is to it.